Howdy lovelies, how are you all doing? Welcome back to our crafting, where we learn, grow and craft together. In today's session, we are going to look at another of Digi and SVG Designs for Use kits. Now today's kit is the Stack Attack Do-It-Yourself kit. It is again a massive kit with so many different ephemera pieces. And as always, a truly lovely kit to use, hence the fact that I chose this kit for this month. And just as a matter of fact, I am not affiliated with DigiandSVGDesigns4u. I am merely, as I have stated in previous sessions where I've used some of their products, I am just a very chuffed customer. And truly, once you get to know their products, you will probably feel the same as I am doing. Why this kit today? Like all the other kits, you can do so much. If you follow along with my African Safari series, which is the new journal that I am making, and every episode or session is released on a Friday, I'm also using one of their kits there. So without further ado, let's take a look at this new kit that I'm using of theirs. I had gone ahead and I printed all the parts on cardstock, and I wanted that just to make sure that I have a good solid base to work with. Now there are loads here, absolutely loads. All of these pieces come from this set and it's massive. You can see there's really all kinds here. I will be sorting this, but I just wanted to give you an idea. There will not be enough space on my cutting mat to actually lay these pieces out. But I'm going to sort them quickly and I will be back. So I have gone ahead and I've sorted these different pieces. Now I'll just move these ones a little bit to the center. And that there, I'll put that there. I'll start with the big tags. I'll just stack them up. But there's in excess about 6 of them if I roughly count. Then there's these ones. Now each one, I want to show you some. I'm going to bring this closer. Look at the detail, the zigzag line, the different layers to the back of that little piece there. It is perfect. You can just ink the edges if you so wish, and you can maybe add some lace, buttons, whatever it is that you would want to add to this. And this will be a perfect piece of ephemera for any journal. Such a good addition to any one of your vintage inspired journals or ephemera pieces. You can do so much with this. I am absolutely gobsmacked. The detail, it looks as if this one is stapled on top of that. I'll just show you. We're going to, if I have to show you each piece of this, this is absolutely magnificent. Look at that stitching. It looks as if it is there. It really feels as if you will be able to touch the texture of that. This one, look at that, the mushroom, the butterflies, that text, and then there's that white text here. The number, again, it looks as if there's stitching here. It is just absolutely magnificent. So you can understand why I am so in awe with this kit. The pieces, just this year alone, with maybe that, will fill any project to the brim with little things. So on top we have these few, I just want to call it labels now, tags, sorry. It totally flew my mind there. Another bunch. And the idea is that you can stack this up any which way you want. So we've got that. Then we've got a bunch of these tiny ones that goes on top. Then we have smaller ones that can also fit those. It can fit that. You have smaller ones that are even shorter than that. And then tiny. All of these ones, you have all the tabs, or like they call it, to punch a hole through, and then you will put a brad or a split pin through. Now, you can just glue it down, fold it in half, glue it down, and put a little piece of lace and a button on there. You don't have to use split pins if you don't have those. But it is magnificent. I can't get over it. Really, I cannot get over it. They also have these ones. This is called the back cover. Now, if you fold it in half, I will do that. I could have just scored it because it's cardstock. It will fold a little bit more difficult. But there you have it. It's easily folded, and you can, because of the white core of my cardstock, I will just go ahead and ink the edges. So absolutely a magnificent kit. You can layer as many as you want to. You can go ahead and use it as individual tags. This is truly something that you can do to your liking. Again, as always, they have a sheet. I've printed that. I have not printed this twice. I only printed it once on the cardstock. Normally I show you the sheets. I decided not to because then I sit with an extra set, which is not a problem. I will probably use it somewhere along the line. Maybe not as a whole, but definitely in parts. But here you have your different parts, and they explain everything for you on here. And it shows you the finished tag stack, and here they show you the different parts. You can add as many layers as you possibly want to. These ones, they show you each one of the tags. What they've done, these are the loose parts that they use, the little ephemera pieces to decorate it. That one they had used as a little pocket. They just glued part of it, and they added some of the little stamps and things behind that. You can do that with any one of these tags. The options are really so wide. There's so much that you can do with these tags. So let's go and have some fun with this. I'm just going to move some of the bigger pieces one side. It just makes it easier to see what's there. I just want to put that one side, and let's start with these ones. So I'll just put this off to one side so that I have that, and then we can have a play. And I just want to have them more or less in size, and then it is so much easier to see. Now, it's going to be quite tricky to place, so some of this I will have to move just a tiny little bit out of the way. I'll spread that, so forgive me if you can't see everything in view, but know it's there. And you can see the bottom part of this, so we will get started. So the first thing you know is I always ink my edges, and you know by now I use vintage photo for that. Sometimes I will use a darker color if need be. I see I didn't cut this part too straight. There's quite a bit of white on the edge still. Forgive me, let me just quickly cut that off because that will bother me now the whole time. I've seen it since I introduced it. Just a mere slither, but it's enough to bother me. So, going to put that one side. Let's see, let's grab a big one. Oh, which to pick, which one to pick. This is just amazing. Absolutely just amazing. Now let's do that. I think that will be awesome. And then a tiny one. I'll just make one or two on camera. That is a bit too small. Let's go for something else. Let's see. I kind of like that flower again. All right. Now, you can always go ahead and use some extra ephemera pieces of your own, but truly this kit is amazing. Would you believe it? There's another piece here that I have not cut properly. Can only blame myself. It's like less than a millimeter, but boy, will I now be able to see that. All right, let's start with inking the edges. You can see the immediate difference. No, you don't have to use vintage photo. You can do something like gathered twigs or brushed corduroy. You can even go for hickory smoke, which is a little bit more gray if you are into the distress line of inks, or even oxides if you so wish. I just like the brown because it just gives that vintage feel, which I am absolutely very fond of. And as you get to know me, you will know it's either vintage for me or very bright. I might sometimes do like a vintage shabby chic or a French cottage feel, which is a bit toned down, but still very much vintage inspired. And of course, I am so in love with steampunk. Most of my mixed media projects are steampunk. I'll just move that to one side. I want to also ink this one. And it's easy to see if you had inked the sides because the white core will be gone once you had inked that. Now, the hardest part is going to be to decide on pieces to add to this. Now, in the meantime, I am going to just get my punch so I can just punch the holes. This I would want to just wait a little bit. You won't see the white on the inside because it will close it anyway, so don't worry too much about that. So here I just want to get these lined up and in there, and it will have to be the normal size. And I'm just going to fold this one sort of in the half, the top, just so that I can see where's the midpoint there, and then line this up yet again. Now it's easy to just need to turn it so I can see the bigger side. There we go, and there we have that one. So now I'm going to add this to there, more or less there. And I now need to line this up, which of course it wouldn't. So I'm going to just make a mark there and then put it in from this side. And this, a piece that needs to come out, then I can see, line it up. How do I see? On this, there's a hole on top. So it's just easy to line it up and punch that hole. So that makes it a whole lot easier to line these things up. Now that we know where the holes are, we can go ahead and decorate our tags. I will be using, I think, a gold split pen. I must just see if I have one here next to me that's floating around. I had used some the other day. What to add? What to add? So many absolutely wonderful pieces. This one already got some script on it, so once it's lined up, you will see that. So there's a little bit of space there that I would like to add something to. Now, pleasure, I think that one will be perfect there. Again, I'm going to ink the edges. You don't have to ink the edges. I just feel it makes a very big difference if you do actually ink it. It just rounds it off beautifully. And I will move this up now a little bit so that I am in the view for you. So I'm going to put that there. You can leave a lot of space to journal, and of course there will be the back side as well to journal on. This one that says believe in your dreams. Without work, there's no need to dream. Without dreams, there's no need to work. There we go. I just love this. It's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So let's see. We need something for there. And it doesn't always have to be flowers still. There's a bird, flowers, flowers, and another flower there. It really, truly can be anything that you want to add. I'm just grabbing things that are blue. Reading, spelling, and writing. Yes, as a teacher, those are important aspects to me. So it definitely is talking to me. I'm going to add this, but as a little pocket. So I'm just going to put glue on 3 sides. So there will be a tiny pocket. And I must just be careful. This glue had dried a little bit on the nozzle. Just make sure I still have it on the right side. Just a slither of glue, not too much. And then we're going to add it here at the bottom, which is going to give us a beautiful pocket. Not too wide, can't be too wide. I like the word blessed, that's amazing. It can fit in there. I hope you can see that. So there, it's an automatic pocket. So let's ink that up. And it go straight in there. Just love that. I like this. This is really truly amazing. Just to bring the birds in, there's still some flora at the back, some plants, a little bit of inking, not too much. I'm not dabbing it into the ink pad at this point. There's still enough ink on the, it changes the color, still blue, but it brings out the blue in everything there. So I'm going to glue this one down And yes, it is the big tag, so it will show at the bottom once this is assembled. You can decide how many layers you would want and what you would want to add where. You can go ahead and stitch around it with a different colored thread. You can do faux stitching with a fine tip pin. You can add some reinforcement rings. Anything will go at this stage. Purpose, we should all have a purpose. Wait, there's a little tag still. How did I miss that? There will probably still be a few more if I come to think of it. I love this mushroom. Wow, this is gorgeous. Look at that fern. Absolutely. And really, these parts can honestly be used separate. You don't have to use it exactly in this manner. It doesn't have to be. I like this 5. Bit long there. 5 with 50. Can work. Can work, why not? So that is truly amazing. Stay curious, there are so many different parts. Leave a mark, not a scar. Big difference between scars and marks. This is the hard part, to choose what you want to use. It is amazing, absolutely amazing. I like that one. Blessed, believe in your dreams. I kind of like that one. Just to pull this all together, or maybe put it there. That is nice. Just to complete that little collage. For myself, I will definitely print this kit. I am at this very moment so sad that I did not print it another time, but I will be, so that I can add it to my other projects. This is just absolutely amazing. Believe in your dreams. I think I like that one. And then this one already got the little birdie on top. And this one there. But I want something there. It will be covered, part of it, so I don't want too much there. So many wonderful pieces, honestly, truthfully, an amazing kit. Let's do this. This is a little address card. It says 223 Church Street, Philadelphia, February something, 22nd, 1878. That is amazing. And just because it is that vintage feel, that absolute vintage feel. Now I'm going to put that there just to complete this little cluster here. And this can come out. It can move about. Let's put it like so. And now we can put this lot together. I've got a split pin here. And we are going to just put this together, all together. Close the top. You could have just gone ahead and there you have that. One set is done. Now, it could have been different colors. You could have done pink, green, and blue, or some orange. It truly is up to you how you want to actually compile these. Let's do another one together, and then we will have a look at what we have done. I will not be able to do all of this, complete the set, to finish all the stack of tags. That will just not work. I really like this one. They're all absolutely amazing. Really, truly. It is so difficult to choose. I'll take one that doesn't have stitching. There's a bird. They are so beautiful. So, now, let's see. I want to try something. Instead of that one, I'll just do 2 this time around. And I just want to grab my bone folder, just using the scoring tool side of it. just to make the folding part easy. Again, just inking the edges, front and back, just so that we can hide the white part of this. You can even go around with a much darker color or even black if you so wish. So now, I love this one. I really truly love this one so much. I think I'll put it there. Let's see how far this one, you won't see much of it though. And it will be too big for that one, though it can still work. I think I will put it there, but again, just as a pocket. So I will just put glue on 2 sides, not 3. If I do it on 3, it means it needs to be something very, very thin that can fit in there. So I don't want to limit my possibilities by doing that. So I'm going to just grab this one. That's more or less half. So let's see. Center about there. Now, I did do that one. I use that, so let's see. Like I said, I will just put glue on 2 sides, and not completely the full length, maybe about 3/4. Again, just a very thin slither of glue, not too much, because it will seep out. And this one is now blocked for some or another reason. Let me just poke it quickly. There we have it. Just turn it on its side and then put it there. So that can be a beautiful little pocket. You look at that, it can fit right in there. I won't put it in right now because the glue is still drying. But for this, I would like to put a little eyelet in. So while I remember, let's ink this edge. And then I'll go ahead and punch a little hole so that I have that also sort of in the middle. And then need to grab a brad to put in. Oops, I just said a brad. I meant an eyelet. So we will pop that in, and then with a beautiful eyelet setter, we'll just pop it in and pinch it so that it can set beautifully. So much easier than with the previous hammer and that piece of metal that you have to use. This is so much easier. All right, that is beautiful. Now, I like that a lot. Just the look of it. Embrace this moment, which is so good to be reminded of. Now for this one, you will see that this will go there. We just need something for at the bottom here. Now this is embrace the moment. There, the word that shows once it will be attached says miracles. So I would like to make this day remarkable. Now if we can make every day remarkable, it will be a much more positive world. How do we make days remarkable? By focusing on the good things and not the bad things. Life is a roller coaster. There's ups and there's downs. And if we don't have those ups and downs, it means that we're not alive. So we have to embrace it. Every day, in every day, there's something amazing going on. And sometimes it's just the difference is gratitude. Are we thankful for the day that we were granted? Another day that we were granted. I like that. Embrace this moment. Little tag. And again, you can add as much or as little as you want to. Now, I want to add a little something that will be here, that will be almost hidden, that we don't necessarily see unless you move this around. So I'm going to keep that one there and just lift it, and I'm immediately looking at this yellow mushroom here. Just that bit of sparkle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add glue. No, first ink it. The edge is already done from the kit, but I want to hide the white core of the cardstock, and it also blemish maybe imperfections where I didn't cut it so perfectly straight. So I'm going to just glue this so that there's enough glue. The edge, why is the edge not getting glue? Which is funny. There we go. Right, turn it up properly, hold it in place, and then I just want to put it so that it's not peeking out. It needs to be that little bit of a surprise element once you move the tag, so we can't see it there. Now, I had that brad here somewhere, so that's always the hunt, to try and find the stuff that I put down. That's always the issue here on my workbench. Does any one of you see it somewhere? There it is, right. Got it. Now we're going to add this there. And yes, it's different from the other one. You could have simply just glued it together. And then if we lift this up, did I ink these edges? I did not. And now I already added the brad, but it's okay. That's why I like to sit and ink all the edges first. When I grab them, they are ready. I'll just have to redo this. It's not an issue. Open up, loosen it up, and just do the edge. I know in the beginning when I started off with paper crafting, I also didn't think it's needed to ink the edges of especially tags or projects or anything that you're going to add. But in time, I just realized without it, it really looks as if something is missing. And ever since I started adding that, I feel a whole lot better. Now, there we go. There's that one. Now, I'm going to just do a small one, just a tiny little tag. We don't have to make a layer of this one, just to show you that you can do whatever you want with these. And you can add stitching, you can do faux stitching, you can sit and hand stitch if you so wish. Now, before we go there, let me just grab, I don't know if I have some here next to me, I don't see, but I'll just have to rummage in your ears a little bit. Sorry for that. So I'm just crumpling up this piece of paper, and it is the top part of an envelope. You can see the glue on the one side. I'm just crumpling that up, and then I'm going to use my ink pad. Just open it up. I just now need to see which side. It's quite thick, quite hard in some places. So let's just crumple it a little bit more, and then we will open it up. Just a bit of texture. And I'm going to just add my ink pad to it here and there. There we go. There's a piece on it now, but it's fine. I want something there. One of these pieces. I love these little birdies so much. I really truly like that. Now, I just want to get another bit of color in that. I think that is fine. Like so. All right, so we can use that, a bit of texture. I'm just going to grab a tab. I think that will be perfect, just to show you that you don't have to just stick with what they've given you. I want this to glue that down, but I also want a bit of cheesecloth. Now this is tea stained. Tea stained. I'm just going to cut this. I want the darker part of this. don't want to cover that completely, so I need this like that. So we need a bit of liquid glue here. And like an air pocket there. Sorry, those that know I'm South African, lekker is such a word that we use sometimes sarcastically. Sometimes it really means nice. Lekker sometimes can be quite, like I said, sarcastic. I just want a bit of that texture there. And we're going to pull that a bit apart. Then this one, I want that on top there. There we go. Still quite a bit of glue in here, but I need to just open up the nozzle and just wash it sometimes, especially when you keep it open for a long time. It tends to clog up a little bit. Just don't want glue on there. And no, I do not want that tab to be covered. And we need to manipulate it a little bit still. Just pinch it there. Paper doesn't have a mind of its own, so you can manipulate it whichever way you want it to be. We need to just ink this one. I'd like it a bit darker. And we can add it like that. Oops, almost upside down. If I didn't look now, it would have been upside down. Now, this is all about laugh and giggle, so that is beautiful. I'm going to just add some glue to the back of this little label, or ephemera piece, call it what you want, and then we can add this to there. There we go. That is absolutely awesome. And you can see it's a little bit thicker, but still beautiful. Now this one we're also going to just ink the edges, both front and back. And remember to put glue on both sides, otherwise it won't stick. One side will lift up because you're gluing it down on the edge. Now you can use this as the tab on top if you so wish. However, I don't. I'm going to put that there just to the side. I'm going to just take a fine tip pin and do some faux stitching. This will be done in black. I hope you can see the movement of my hand. There you have that, and we can, oops, there's that piece now, finally came off. We can add a bit of stamping there, and I think I'm going to put numbers, seeing that I have a number stamp here next to me. I'll put the number on top, and then I want something at the bottom still. So I'm using a stamp set of Stampers Anonymous. Sorry, the light in my workroom is going and it keeps on flashing the whole time. We need, there's one. I'm going to use part of the stamp, but not all of the stamp, if that makes any sense, and I hope it will in a second. So I'm going to just stamp part of it. So I'm going to do that part, and then just to make sure it's clean, the other side. And now hopefully we can get this lined up. And there we have that. There's no bit in the middle, but it's not a train smash. So let's get just to round this off. I'm going to add that stamp do a square one as well as a shield. Let's see. So let's do that one first. So there we have that. There's still loads to play with, and I will be able to have hours of fun with this kit, or what is left of this kit to play with. So there we have this one. Added a few bits and bobs. You can see you can truly make it your own. We still have piles and piles and piles of tags that can be used with all the ephemera pieces. And we had made these 3 beautiful tags. Really pretty. All 3 of them. Quite different, though they have the same theme. Thank you for joining me today. If you go and try this for yourself, please tag while we're crafting. I'll just mention their name again, DigiandSVGDesigns4u. They are on Etsy. You can find them there. These kits are available with plenty more. They even got sublimation stickers and things like that, background papers kits, all kinds for any occasion. And if there is something specific that you want, make contact with them through Etsy and ask them. They are quite approachable, and they love to get feedback, and they really try to give good quality products to their customers. I hope you enjoyed today's session. If you want to see more content like this, give me a thumbs up. And as always, I'll be appreciating it if you subscribe to my channel too. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that little subscription bell, or the notification bell rather, so that you can be notified whenever I upload new content. See you back soon. Goodbye.